Body bags where horror lies.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday's edition of Body Bags. This is Silent Horror Film Week, and I'm going to review 1922's classic Nosferatu. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Nosferatu. Personally, I wasn't too familiar with it because I never really watched a silent film. They just never piqued my interest. But I went ahead and picked this up for real cheap, just $4, and I figured, what the hell? I'll go ahead and give it a watch and see if I can give you guys a halfway decent review. This film is basically based off of Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it is an unauthorized version of it. When it debuted in 1922, Stoker's widow sued the makers of the film and made sure that any mention of Dracula was taken out of the film and that all known prints and negatives were destroyed. So this film held controversy. They did make an award-winning film called Shadow of a Vampire that was based off the actor of this film, Max Schreck, who played Nosferatu. And basically the story is kind of like, it's just like Bram Stoker's Dracula. If you've ever seen the one with Anthony Hopkins, I guess that's supposedly the real telling of Bram Stoker's Dracula, but this film was similar to it. It's a guy named Harker goes to visit the Count in Transylvania, and he meets up with Nosferatu, which he looks really creepy. He's got these really bushy, pointy eyebrows, and also when he does become the vampire, he's got these weird, pointy teeth that they're kind of crooked and just really creepy. Basically, you could definitely tell that Salem's Lot got the look for their vampire from this film. But while he's there, he sleeps at night and wakes up with bite marks on his neck and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you guys, like I said, know the story of this film. He also has a girlfriend, Nina, which I do believe is who Nosferatu was actually really after. That's why he had Harker come to his castle, so he can, I guess, basically try to kill Harker so he can get to Nina. Something like that. I could be wrong. But eventually Nosferatu gets inside of his coffin, and people ship him off onto a boat to come to whatever country they were in. I don't know if it was Germany, I think. Germany. I think it was Germany. Anyway, of course, while on the boat, a lot of the people on the boat, actually all the people on the boat, end up getting killed by Nosferatu. Sorry, don't want to say Dracula. But, and he comes to Germany to get to Nina, and there's like this myth about if a vampire like meets a woman or drinks a woman's blood or something, that he'll be hypnotized by her to the point where he'll stay with her until the sun comes up, or from what the film said, until the cock crows. And that's basically, pretty much the gist of the whole film. It's only 64 minutes long, so it's really hard to review a film that's so short. But sorry if I'm spoiling for you guys, but of course that's what the film is. Nosferatu finds Nina, does what the old legend says. He bites her, drinks her blood, and then he ends up becoming hypnotized to her and staying in her room until the sun comes up, and of course he burns and dies, poof, into smoke. But the film's okay. This is one of the reasons why I wasn't really a fan of silent films or never really watched them, is because it was hard to keep my attention. I don't know. I was a bit bored from it, and was having a hard time trying to stay awake watching this, even though it's only an hour long. But it does have creepy elements. One thing I did like about the film is I do like the music that's playing, because there are some scenes where the music's pretty damn creepy. And like I said, I do like the way Nosferatu looked, especially for 1922. He looked pretty creepy, pretty scary. But if you're into silent horror films, this is probably a gem for you. Probably the holy grail of silent films. Who knows? Personally, I didn't really care too much for it, but that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm not into silent films, but for you guys that love silent films, this is definitely probably a 5 out of 5. For me, I don't know, it's a 2 out of 5. But yeah, sorry if you guys didn't like the review, but I tried my best. But that's my review for Nosferatu. Definitely give it a try if you've never seen it. And I'll see you guys next week. You guys all have a great day. Deuces.